Chosen ones, gather around, because what you're about to hear isn't just another motivational speech. It's a life-altering call from the universe itself. It's that electrifying moment when everything you've ever dreamed of, every prayer you've whispered, every secret desire you've locked away, suddenly accelerates toward you like a shooting star. This is more than just a message. It's a cosmic alarm bell ringing through the heavens, telling you that wealth, abundance, and miraculous favor are cascading into your life right now. Imagine that you're standing on the edge of a vast ocean, each wave carrying a million possibilities. With every surge of that ocean, the universe is pouring in golden opportunities, unstoppable breakthroughs, and financial blessings so colossal you can barely contain them. There's no coincidence that you landed here, reading or listening to these words. If you feel that little jolt of excitement fluttering inside, that's the energy of destiny knocking on your door, urging you to open yourself to receive. But before we dive deeper, do one thing that can amplify the power of what you're about to experience. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and let your voice resonate in the comments with the number 777. Why 777? Because it's a divine number that signals completion, perfection, and the ultimate alignment with supernatural grace. The very act of typing 777 is like sending out a flare to the universe. I'm ready. My heart is open. Let's make this happen. Now pause for just a second and breathe. Let that breath fill you with calm, with absolute certainty that you're standing on the precipice of something enormous, because this next part is all about your identity, who you truly are beneath the layers of doubt, fear, and limitation that the world has thrown at you. You see, you are not just anybody. You are a chosen one. When you hear that phrase, chosen one, does it resonate in your soul? Does it make your heart swell with recognition? If yes, then guess what? You've already tapped into the very frequency that ushers in miracles. There's a reason the universe is pouring millions into your life. Some call it karma, some call it a divine plan, and others call it cosmic law. Whatever label you put on it, the underlying truth is this: you've sown seeds somewhere along your journey. Seeds of kindness, seeds of perseverance, seeds of faith, and now the harvest is here. You might have felt overlooked in the past. Maybe your hard work went unnoticed or unappreciated, but in this moment, in this grand cosmic alignment, all that recognition, all those blessings are rushing toward you like a mighty river after the heaviest rain. Close your eyes for just a moment and envision money. Yes, real money. Checks, bank transfers, unexpected gifts flowing into your life. But beyond that, see the intangible riches, renewed energy, unstoppable confidence, an unshakable sense of purpose. Feel the warmth of that scenario. Feel the gratitude swell up in your chest. Because gratitude is the golden key that unlocks every door in the universe's mansion of blessings. The more thankful you are right now for what's about to come, the faster it arrives, the stronger it grows, and the more immense it becomes. Now, let's be real. Everybody wants a miracle. But not everyone is willing to recognize the signs when they appear. We often expect miracles to be wrapped in thunderbolts and neon lights. But the universe in all its wisdom can be subtle, gently nudging you toward your destiny. It might look like a new contact who mentions a business idea that makes your heart race, a random ad that sparks the perfect solution to a lingering problem, or even a gut feeling that says, do it. Take that leap. If you've been encountering these nudges, don't brush them aside as coincidences. Chosen ones don't believe in coincidences. They believe in divine orchestration. Maybe there's a new job offer lurking around the corner, or a side hustle you've been too scared to try. Maybe there's a passion project you've abandoned because life got too busy. Friend, I'm here to tell you that those dormant dreams are roaring back to life. They're like seeds just beneath the ground, waiting for the slightest ray of sunshine to burst forth. The universe is shining that light on you right now, intensifying your creativity and your capacity for success. And let's talk about that word success. Success is not just a dollar amount, it's a state of being. It's waking up every day with excitement, with love in your heart, with a sense of wonder and enthusiasm for what you're doing. That's the secret the universe wants you to know. Yes, millions are pouring into your life, but they're coming with a purpose. They're coming to elevate not only your bank account, but also your spirit, your relationships, your vision, and your entire environment. Think of yourself as a conduit. The universe is sending an ocean of abundance, and you are the channel through which it flows. When that flow of abundance is pure, it not only blesses you, but it overflows to everyone around you, your family, your community, your world. That's why you're chosen, because there's a purity of heart in you, a sincerity that sets you apart from the crowd. You have an ability to share, to guide, to uplift, and to inspire others with the blessings you receive. Now, the cynics might say, that sounds like a fairy tale. Show me the evidence. But let me remind you, every major breakthrough in history started with a single seed of faith. Whether it's people who revolutionized technology, championed social movements, or overcame incredible personal struggles, they all began by believing in something beyond their immediate circumstances. They believed they were called to do more, to be more, and to give more. And so are you. If there's a small voice inside telling you that maybe this is all too good to be true, let that voice rest for a moment. Because skepticism is natural. It's a defense mechanism that keeps us safe. But destiny doesn't play it safe. Destiny challenges you to step outside your comfort zone, to think bigger, and to act bolder. If you never go beyond the edges of what you already know, you'll never discover the uncharted territories of greatness that lie waiting for you. So here's my challenge to you right now. Commit. Commit to believing that the universe is on your side. Commit to speaking life over your circumstances. Commit to expecting the unexpected in the most spectacular ways possible. Because once you make that internal commitment, you align with a higher frequency, one that magnetically attracts the resources, the people, and the experiences you need. Feel that electricity in the air? That's the energy shifting around you. It's the universe rearranging itself so that everything lines up for your favor. But always remember, energy flows where attention goes. So keep your focus on gratitude, keep your thoughts on success, and keep your heart on love. Whenever you sense doubt creeping in, switch the channel in your mind. Replace the negative thought with a radiant affirmation like, I am chosen to receive limitless blessings, or the universe pours abundance into my life effortlessly. Look, this isn't about living in denial. Yes, the world has problems, the news can be grim and life is complicated, but you, dear chosen one, are meant to see beyond the surface. You were created to stand firm in the midst of chaos, to radiate hope where others see despair, and to champion compassion where many settle for apathy. That's why, even when storms arise, you're called to remain calm at your center, reflecting an unshakable faith that says, I know who I am and whose I am. I know the universe works in my favor. Just think about how drastically your life can change if you fully accepted this truth. Imagine waking up each morning with a smile because you sense the miracles unfolding. Imagine having an unbreakable confidence that no matter who tries to bring you down or what challenges pop up, you will prevail. Why? Because the universe, and yes, you can call it God, Source, Higher Power, has already carved a path for you. And on this path there is more than enough financial overflow, more than enough inspiration, more than enough joy to make your existence shine like a beacon. Now, I want you to do something tangible. Take a moment, maybe later today or right after this video, to write down what millions pouring in means for you. Is it literally millions of dollars? Is it new clients, new opportunities, new contracts? Is it breakthroughs in your health, your creative projects, your relationships? Spell it out. Because when you become crystal clear on what abundance looks like for you, you give the universe a blueprint. That clarity becomes the magnet pulling in every resource you need. Some people worry about being greedy or selfish for wanting more. But here's the truth. Wanting to thrive is the most natural state of being. A seed wants to grow into a mighty tree, not remain buried. A child wants to learn and explore, not remain dependent forever. In the same way, your soul wants to expand, to flourish, to taste the fullness of life. The only question is whether you will allow it. Being a chosen one means you have not only the right but also the responsibility to become the fullest version of yourself. Because when you do, you don't just take, you give. Your success becomes a lifeline to someone else's hope. Your compassion becomes a balm to someone else's wounds. Your creativity becomes the spark that ignites someone else's dream. And that cycle of giving and receiving is how the universe keeps everything flowing. Yes, the universe is indeed pouring millions into your life, but remember, money is just energy. It's a symbol of value, a means to facilitate exchange. The deeper abundance is in the intangible gifts, peace of mind, unity with loved ones, the joy of creating something that lights up others' lives. The whisper of your intuition guiding you to bigger and better horizons. Money is wonderful and you're meant to enjoy it, but it's also a tool to amplify the purpose you carry in your heart. Now let's take this a layer deeper. You might wonder, why me? Why am I the one receiving such an outpouring? It's not because you're better than anyone else. It's because you dared to look within. You dared to ask, to seek, and to knock. You dared to believe there's more than what meets the eye. Remember the saying, ask and you shall receive, seek and you shall find, knock and the door will be opened. Most people don't ask. They settle. They assume that life is random and that they have no say in the matter. But you broke that pattern. You asked. And now the universe answers. If you're still reading, it means your spirit recognizes the truth in these words. You're not here by mistake. There's a reason your eyes found this message, or your ears are hearing these words at this exact moment. This is the universe's way of confirming that what you've quietly hoped for in your heart is indeed on its way, and it's bigger, sweeter, and more fulfilling than you ever dared to dream. As we move forward, keep your heart open, keep your eyes on the horizon, because soon you'll notice the synchronicities multiply. Random calls leading to big breaks, chance meetings that turn into lifelong friendships, and obstacles that transform into stepping stones toward your highest good. Each sign you see is a cosmic wink, a little nudge that says, yes, you're on the right track. Keep going. Remember to like this video if you haven't done so already, subscribe to keep yourself anchored in this uplifting frequency, and once more, drop the number 777 in the comments. You'll be amazed at the shift in your energy when you do. It's as if that single act opens a floodgate of possibilities that you can almost feel swirling around you. Chosen ones, you're about to witness the metamorphosis of your own life. The universe is pouring millions in finances, in breakthroughs, in blessings, directly into your hands. The only thing left is for you to claim it, to say yes, in the most confident, fearless way possible. Let your entire being resonate with that yes, because once you do, there's no force on earth or in any realm that can stop what's meant for you. Feel this in your spirit, the surge of energy that tells you something monumental is about to happen. It's like standing outside just before a thunderstorm when the wind shifts and the air crackles, carrying the promise of rain. Except, instead of rainfall, It's the universe preparing a downpour of blessings so massive it will saturate every area of your life. Sometimes it arrives in the form of new opportunities that stretch you beyond your comfort zone. Sometimes it shows up as random checks that show up in the mail right when you need them. Other times, it's a wave of creativity, a dream, or an inspired idea that paves the way for unprecedented success. When these cosmic hints appear, don't hesitate. Don't let doubt or delay kill the momentum. Say yes with your entire being and watch how doors you didn't even know existed start swinging open. You may wonder how to handle the responsibility of such abundance. Perhaps there's a voice in your mind whispering, "Do I really deserve all of this?" Or, "I'm not sure if I can manage so many blessings." But here's a secret. The universe never gives you more than you're prepared to handle. Your very evolution as a chosen one ensures that when the windfall comes, you'll know precisely how to use it to maximize good, not just in your own life, but in the lives of countless others. Think of it like learning to ride a bike. The first time you wobbled, the second time you steadied, and before long you were racing down the street. Likewise, you grow into your blessings, and each step readies you for the next. So let your shoulders relax and release the tension you've carried for far too long. That tension came from living in survival mode, from believing resources were scarce, from bracing yourself against the next disappointment. But survival mode is not your destiny, abundance mode is. You're meant to thrive, flourish, and radiate possibility. Imagine if a fruit tree felt guilty for producing too many fruits. That's absurd, right? The tree is just fulfilling its purpose. In the same way, you expressing abundance is simply fulfilling your soul's purpose, bearing fruit for the world to share. Think back to when you were younger. There was a sparkle in your eye, a wonder about life. You believed in magic, in miracles, in the possibility that anything could happen at any moment. Over time, the weight of responsibilities, the harsh words of naysayers, and the disappointments along the way dimmed that sparkle. But guess what? The universe has a way of reigniting that inner childlike wonder. And it happens right when you finally say, "I'm open. I'm done letting fear run the show. I'm ready to receive." That's the split second when your destiny leaps into action, orchestrating events that remind you how precious and extraordinary life can be. You might see it unfold in the simplest ways: a stranger paying for your meal, a last-minute upgrade on your flight, or an unexpected message that makes your heart skip a beat. These so-called small wonders are actually cosmic nudges, each one weaving into a tapestry of transformation that reshapes your entire reality. The more you acknowledge them, the more frequently they appear, like a treasure hunt that never ends. Pause, reflect on each blessing, and give thanks. Gratitude isn't just polite, it's a magnet for miracles, a language the universe deeply understands. Right now, in the quiet chambers of your mind, you may feel the old arguments of logic creeping in. This can't be real, life doesn't work that way. But let me assure you, life works precisely in the way you co-create with it. If you believe in scarcity, you see scarcity. If you believe in potential, that potential blossoms everywhere you look. You have free will, so how will you choose to direct it? Will you align with the voice of skepticism, or will you lean into the endless possibility that being a chosen one brings? Every moment you invest in believing that the universe is for you, not against you, is a moment that multiplies blessings beyond your comprehension. Allow yourself to dream without constraints for a moment. What if you had the ideal career, the ideal relationships, the ideal environment? How would you feel in your body? How would you carry yourself? The key is to inhabit that energy now, even before the outer world catches up. Act as if you're already living in that reality. Walk, talk, and breathe like someone who knows they're flooded with favor. That's not delusion. That's faith in action. And faith is the currency the universe accepts. If you can see it and feel it internally, it's only a matter of time before it materializes on the outside. At times, you might hesitate, thinking about the naysayers or the critics. Let them talk. If you look at every great innovator, visionary, or world changer, they all had people who doubted them. The difference is, they didn't let the skepticism of others water down their passion. They let it fuel them. When you stand in your truth, especially a truth as transformative as your chosen identity, you naturally invite both admiration and opposition. That's simply the nature of shining brightly in a world sometimes used to dim lights. But understand this: each critique is just another chance to stand firmer in your conviction, another chance to reaffirm your cosmic destiny. Have you noticed how your intuition has been growing sharper lately? How you sense a yes or no in your gut before any logic sets in? That's another hallmark of stepping into your chosen role. As your connection with the universe strengthens, you'll find that you navigate life with an almost uncanny ease. You'll meet people at precisely the right time, find resources exactly when you need them, and experience serendipities that make your head. That's the universe coordinating details on your behalf, like a grand cosmic conductor guiding an orchestra to play in perfect harmony. When challenges do arise, you'll notice you handle them differently. Without the panic or defeatism that might have plagued you before. You recognize obstacles as stepping stones, not dead ends. If something doesn't pan out, you realize it might be a redirection, not a failure. And that shift in perspective keeps you buoyant, unstoppable, and consistently aligned with the flow of good that's always available. Your energy becomes more stable, resilient, and magnetizing, drawing in experiences that match your elevated vibe. That's when the phrase, "the universe is pouring millions into your life," stops being mere words and becomes your lived reality. Remember, too, the significance of who you become in this process. Abundance is not just about the outcome, it's about the transformation. You're not the same person you were weeks or months ago. You're evolving into someone who carries a new level of confidence, a deeper compassion, and a broader vision for how good life can get. That's the real treasure, becoming the version of you that's unafraid to love more, give more, and create more beauty in the world. Money and opportunities are wonderful tools, but who you are at your core, that's the gem that sparkles eternally. If ever you feel overwhelmed by the magnitude of this calling, remember that the path of a chosen one isn't walked alone. You've got a community, both seen and unseen, rooting for your success. Souls around the world are waking up to the same truth, that they are chosen to bring light into dark places, to manifest miracles in practical ways, and to shift the consciousness of humanity step by step. When you add your energy to this collective awakening, miracles multiply exponentially. It's like each of us lighting a candle. One candle is lovely, but 1,000 candles can light up an entire city. You are part of this bigger picture. By embracing your wealth of spirit and material abundance, you encourage others to do the same. That's how cycles of poverty, mental, emotional, and financial get broken. That's how generational curses turn into generational blessings. And that's how the narrative shifts from scarcity to surplus. The universe sets off waves of change that will be felt far and wide. So keep your posture tall, your heart open, and your mind expectant. Continue reminding yourself of the truth. I am chosen, I am worthy, I am loved, and the universe conspires for my success. Speak those words or any variation that resonates with you. Speak them out loud if you can. Words carry energy, and when you voice them, you literally send that energy into the atmosphere. Don't be shy about it. This is your birthright, not a mere wishful fancy. As we keep journeying together, feel free to drop in the comments what shifts you're already witnessing. That new connection you made, that job interview that felt divinely orchestrated, that sudden windfall that appeared in your bank account. Celebrate them all. Celebration is another accelerant to abundance. When you celebrate small wins, you send a signal to the universe that you're ready for bigger ones, and the universe always responds. Now, if you haven't already, go ahead and like this video, subscribe, and unleash that comment section with a flood of 777 sevens. Not just once, every time you return to rewatch or to soak up this energy again, plant another seed with 777. Each numerical declaration is a beacon that says you're open to the next level of blessings. It might sound simple, but sometimes the simplest acts hold the greatest power. If you find tears coming to your eyes or a warmth flooding your chest, that's a release of old resistance. It's your soul saying, "Finally, the confirmation I've been waiting for. Let the tears flow if they must. Let the relief, the gratitude, the excitement wash over you." That's you leveling up, stepping into the next chapter of your cosmic story. You're on a journey that's so much bigger than you realized, and every cell in your body is attuning to that higher frequency of grace and expansion. There might be moments, even in the thick of your blessings, when you doubt, when you wonder if all of this is too good to be true. That's okay. Simply observe those doubts as passing clouds. Let them drift by and gently refocus on what you know in your heart. You're here for a divine reason, and the universe is lavishly generous to those who walk in that truth. Doubt doesn't disqualify you, it's just another step on the path where you reaffirm your faith by choosing it again. This is the beauty of the awakened life. You become a conscious creator rather than a passive observer. You realize you have a say in how reality unfolds around you because your consciousness, your beliefs, and your energy shape the world you experience. And being a chosen one simply amplifies that power because you understand at a soul level that you're not isolated. You're intimately connected to the source of all that is. And so the universe pours millions, literal and figurative, into your life as a demonstration of this cosmic connection. Yes, you might see more money, more career growth, or any form of tangible success, yet you'll also feel more inspiration, more harmony in your relationships, more clarity in your purpose. It's a holistic infusion of wealth, bridging the gap between your highest potential and your present reality. And let's be clear, it doesn't stop. There isn't a finite supply. As long as you continue expanding your capacity to receive, the stream of blessings keeps flowing, each wave higher than the last. Do you see why this isn't just about personal gain? It's a living testimonial that when one person steps into their divine inheritance, the world around them transforms too. People will notice the glow on your face, the sureness in your steps, and the serenity in your eyes. They might ask, "What's your secret?" And you'll know exactly what to say. "I realized I'm chosen, and I said yes to the abundance waiting for me." That statement alone could be the catalyst for another soul to awaken to their own grandeur. Stay rooted in humility and gratitude. It can be tempting, once the blessings start to overflow, to forget the journey that brought you here. But humility doesn't mean you downplay your success. It means you honor its source and use it responsibly. You remember that while you have indeed co-created these blessings, the universe is the infinite wellspring from which they flow. Gratitude, then, is your daily practice of acknowledging that wellspring, keeping your heart aligned and your path clear. Notice that as your blessings multiply, so does your sphere of influence. You'll have a bigger platform in whatever domain you occupy. More people will seek your advice, your insight, or just your presence. This, too, is part of being chosen. You become a lighthouse in the storm for those who are lost, whether you realize it or not. Simply by existing in this awakened state, you transmit hope and possibility to others. Let that sink in. Your life becomes a direct sermon of what's achievable when you embrace your cosmic citizenship. So go forth today with joy. Step into your schedule, your errands, your to-do list with an undercurrent of sacred excitement. You are not merely getting through the day, you are orchestrating a masterpiece with each interaction, each choice, each smile you offer a stranger. Stay vigilant, because in that everyday world, the universe sneaks in miracles. That co-worker who needs an encouraging word, that social media post that leads you to your next big break, or that family member who unexpectedly shows up with an offer you can't refuse. These aren't accidents. They're puzzle pieces locking into place as your tapestry of abundance gets more and more vivid. Yes, dear soul, it's happening right now, at this very moment. Think of each heartbeat as a drum signaling the arrival of something grand. Feel that drumbeat in your chest. Let it remind you that you are alive for a purpose, and that purpose is unfolding before your very eyes. Stay in the high vibration of expectancy. Expect good news. Expect open doors. Expect confirmations that make you smile from ear to ear, because that is precisely what you're attracting. Chosen ones, settle into this sacred space for a little while longer, because we're about to travel even deeper into the currents of truth and revelation. Right now, there's a buzz in the atmosphere, a sense that we've only just begun to tap into the magnificent outpouring that's heading your way. You might already feel your inner world shifting. Maybe your body is tingling or your heart is drumming with excitement. That's the energy of destiny expanding, preparing you to hold even greater blessings than you initially thought possible. This journey is not over yet. In fact, it's just warming up. So allow these words to envelop you in a warm embrace as we continue delving into the realm where miracles aren't just possible, they're guaranteed for those who dare to claim them. The real shift happens when you accept yourself as a vessel for the universe's generosity. In the past, maybe you shrank back from opportunities, worried about what people would think, or convinced yourself that you weren't ready. But what if readiness is simply a state of mind? A declaration that says, yes, I am open to more wisdom, more fulfillment, more prosperity. Because when you decide to be ready, it's like flipping on a cosmic switch. Suddenly, the universe knows it can deliver unimaginable gifts directly to your doorstep, and you'll receive them without apology. That's the crucial difference. No more apologizing for your greatness, no more second-guessing whether you're worthy. You are worthy because you exist, and that is enough. In fact, imagine your life as a grand stage play, and you are both the actor and the playwright. You choose which roles to embody, which lines to recite, and which scenes to highlight. If in the past you played the role of someone who's overlooked or underappreciated, realize that you wrote that script from a place of limited perspective. Now you've awakened. You're editing the script in real time, and the new version stars you as the empowered lead who draws in an avalanche of blessings. No scene is wasted. Every line you've ever spoken, every choice you've made has led you here, to the threshold of unstoppable expansion. Instead of lamenting what might have gone wrong in earlier chapters, celebrate the lessons that shaped you into a soul who can finally comprehend the magnitude of these gifts. Think about the people around you, friends, family, co-workers. Some of them will rejoice when you step into abundance. They'll cheer you on, eager to learn from your example and possibly awaken to their own potential. Others might shrink back, triggered by your rise because it highlights their own reluctance to change. Let them. Don't waste energy trying to convince those who aren't ready to see. Understand that each person is on their own timeline of growth. You aren't here to force them forward. You are here to be a beacon. Even if someone initially reacts with doubt or jealousy, your unwavering stance in the light plants a seed in them that may blossom later. That's the quiet power you hold, not to coerce, but to illuminate. Have you ever stood in awe of a breathtaking sunrise, the sky ablaze with pinks, oranges, and golds, and felt that surge of hope brimming in your chest? That's the energy swirling around you now. There's a spiritual dawn breaking in your life, ushering in a brand new day filled with fresh starts and unlimited horizons. The lessons of yesterday have been filed away, the regrets dissolved into understanding, and now your morning has arrived. With each step you take from this point forward, you walk in the glow of that new sun, letting it guide your every movement. It brightens your path, clarifies your vision, and warms your heart, so you can greet the world with a sincerity that's irresistible. The universe adores sincerity. It resonates with authenticity the way a tuning fork hums to the right vibration. The more genuine you are about your desires, your fears, your joys, the more the universe mirrors your inner truth in the outside world. That's why it's so crucial not to mask your dreams or hide behind a facade. You don't have to pretend you're fine when you're not. You don't have to feign smallness to avoid making waves. Your honesty forms an energetic blueprint that the universe reads without error. So, if there's a part of you longing for more, craving a breakthrough, admit it freely. If there's a piece of your spirit still needing healing, acknowledge it tenderly. This transparency paves the way for blessings to arrive in their purest form. It's also important to notice that millions pouring in doesn't always unfold like a lottery windfall. Sometimes it manifests as systematic growth, like a business that steadily expands or ideas that evolve into grand enterprises. Other times it's a sudden leap, a powerful wind carrying you from one chapter to the next in record time. Be open to both possibilities. The universe is infinitely creative and can deliver your abundance in ways that'll astonish you. You might wake up one morning to find that an old investment just tripled in value, or that your brand new passion project garnered international attention overnight. Or you might inch forward with consistent gains, each month outdoing the last until you realize you've built a remarkable empire brick by brick. Either way, you are ascending, and the view from the top is breathtaking. One of the best gauges of your progress is the transformation happening in your interior world. Notice how negativity bounces off you more easily now, how you recover from setbacks faster. Observe how your sense of hope is no longer fleeting, but has roots that anchor deep into your soul. That unwavering hope is the foundation on which all else is built. Hope says, even if I don't have the details, I trust that something marvelous is on the horizon, and that trust acts like a lighthouse, guiding every boat of possibility directly to your harbor. Instead of drifting aimlessly at sea, these opportunities see your beacon of faith and know exactly where to dock. There will be days when the magnitude of what's happening around you might feel overwhelming, like trying to drink from a fire hose. When that occurs, step back into silence. Take a few moments to breathe, to integrate the latest developments into your being. Let the swirling energies settle and then re-engage. Remember, you're learning to operate at a higher frequency, and it's normal to need intervals of rest or reflection. Don't interpret these pauses as setbacks. They're your soul's way of recalibrating, so you can hold even more goodness. In these quiet moments, a valuable practice is to envision your life from a 360-degree perspective, as though you're an observer hovering above it. Look at your finances, health, relationships, and spiritual life. What do you see? Which areas are flourishing effortlessly, and which still crave loving attention? Breathe into the areas that feel stuck, infusing them with the same energy of abundance that has been overflowing into the more successful parts. By holding this balanced awareness, you become an active participant in your own evolution, channeling the universal current precisely where it's needed most. If fear tries to reassert itself, whispering nonsense like, "What if it all falls apart?" simply greet it like an old acquaintance passing on the street. Acknowledge its presence, but don't invite it in for coffee. You've grown far beyond the illusions that fear peddles. You understand that the universe isn't fickle. It doesn't bless you only to snatch that blessing away. The only way you could lose what's coming to you is if you reject or sabotage it. And now that you're aware, you won't let that happen. You'll nurture your blessings, protect your peace, and continue expanding the boundaries of what you believe is possible. Perhaps you've already started sharing your testimony. Maybe you've told a close friend or posted on social media about the miracles you're witnessing. Be prepared. You'll likely ignite hope in others and attract people who want to learn from you, but also be prepared for a few skeptics. That's okay. As we discussed, your life doesn't require universal approval. The universe is so lavish that you don't need every voice to believe in you. All you need is your own unwavering yes, in harmony with the divine yes that's echoing through every star and galaxy on your behalf.